about that, so I'll have to get to that. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. How the heck are ya? Yes, this is the open chat. I am Diana Clarion, the Lavender Lady, and with me is the one, the only, the brilliant, the beautiful Kate Farr, Bionic Dance. How are you, dear?
I'm all right, I suppose. I've been better, I've been worse. You know the story.
Ah, yes, indeed. And hello, everybody who is here. Oh, my word, look at all the wonderful people who are here. We have
I'm
Travis and.
trying, but I only see text. Maybe if they sent us pictures.
Okay, that would be kind of nice. Yeah, that would be.
And ladies' clothing optional.
Yes, yeah, gentlemen's clothing mandatory.
There you go.
Oh, my. We have Colleen and we have Tara and we have Lisa and we have Travis and yay! And let's get a few more people in here and have one hell of a party. How's that sound?
Partay.
Let's find. Let's see. Audio.
I don't know. It's been way too long since I've been to a party.
Oh man, I haven't been to a party in a very, 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 very long time.
How very?
Oh jeez. I
I,
think
I guess the answer is very, very, very,
I
huh?
think I was at university the first time around the last time I was at a party.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been at a party more recently than that. Heck, I've been at a party or been to a party in, well, I think it's been less than a year.
Okay, because no, I don't include those things that so-called family would do or anything like that.
Oh, no, 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 no. I'm talking music, booze, and poor decisions.
Yes, and no, in all the time I've lived here, I've not had one of those. And I've lived here 32 years.
Well, I'm going to assume that like room parties at conventions count.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Oh, then I definitely like when I went to Faithless Forum, we did something vaguely party-esque. It wasn't much, but it was a party. So there's that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh my, and I was just telling Kate, people, that this is amazing. It's been a long time since I have actually enjoyed drinking plain water.
She
Mm.
calls that amazing. It's not. That's not amazing. That's just water.
Oh my. You don't want the water out of the tap over here. It's extremely
No,
hard and extremely gross.
well, I mean, it's pretty gross here too, but still, having the good stuff isn't amazing. It's just a thing that happens.
Mm.
I don't know. It just seems to me that you're going for the top shelf with your superlatives too easy. I mean, what if we what if we encounter alien life and they alter our lives forever, granting us technology, access to the stars, and you've already used amazing on a glass of water.
Well, then I just have to invent another one.
Another glass of water, really? Because we have a lot of those.
Yes, we do.
Uh,
I mean, something like Shekushte or something like that would be, that much more amazing than amazing.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather, yeah. I mean, instead of inventing a whole new word, I'll just call it nifty. And then when something truly amazing happens, well, I mean, I've actually had people complain to me before. They're like, "Hey, why don't you ever give compliments?" I'm like, "I do. I just guess I don't set the bar as low as you people do."
Okay.
You know, and it's the same thing with my superlatives. I try not to over describe, over hype.
Oh, nerdy, you drink only tap water. Oh my, I wish I could drink water straight out of the tap. I do. It would be so much easier. Um, no, I ended up spending about $30 for one of those water filter pitchers that you keep in your defriginator. and the combination of having all of the calcium and magnesium salts removed from the water, and the water being, close to 30 degrees, maybe 35 degrees Fahrenheit. That combination of cold and not hard is just wonderful. God, I love it.
Well, that's one thing, though. It's like if you change the temperature of water, you often change the taste of it. There's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of water where if it weren't cold, it would taste positively disgusting. But because it's cold, you're not noticing the parts that taste disgusting, but they're still there. I've encountered that problem before many times.
Okay, then, because I can't drink this stuff even when it's cold. I mean, one of the reasons that I would drink so much coffee is I wanted to drink something that had a flavor other than bleh, and coffee was the cheapest that I could go.
Hmm, I disagree, actually. When I wanted something similar, I bought Tang.
Okay, and that was the thing though that happened to me is that things like the Tang, well, my Welch's thing, I would put the Welch's in, and that would not cover it up. As a matter of fact, the bad tasting water would make the Welch's taste even worse.
Well, that's just weird.
Yeah. No.
Because for me, it disguises all of that nasty taste.
Yeah, it's got to be. Well, I live on a massive limestone bed. Uh,
Well, that didn't sound comfy at all.
Not at all. It's very hard. And yeah, tea I can also do, but tea is more expensive than coffee. Although I do have plenty of tea around here, I haven't had a cup of tea in a while. I should have some tea.
Oh, well,
Um,
then I guess I'm just glad that things like Tang and Kool Aid will kill the nastiness in water for me.
hmm hmm Yeah.
And it doesn't even take that much to do it. That's another thing is like, maybe like a teaspoon or so, maybe less, can kill the bitterness in a glass of water, a mug of water.
Okay then. Okay.
So,
God, I
uh,
wish. Um, yeah, I don't know why it is that the bad water does not spoil the taste of the coffee. I don't know. Maybe it does, and I just didn't notice it as much. Um, but I did find the coffee and the tea, the hot stuff, drinkable when I make it with tap water. But
well,
not.
that's another thing is, I mean, what if you want something that's more refreshing than it is warming? What if you've just, I don't know, exercised or it's that hot out or whatever, and you really want a cool, refreshing beverage rather than like something hot.
Yeah, and then I'm kind of out of luck unless I spend the extra money for ginger ale or iced tea or something like that.
Well, I
I
guess.
mean,
I don't know.
I'm perfectly happy to spend some money on ginger ale every now and then, but I'm always drinking because my mouth is always dry. So it gets a little pricey if I'm drinking ginger ale all day.
Is there a reason why your mouth is always dry?
I'm not sure. I used to think it was because of the antidepressants I was on, but unfortunately, I have not been able to be on antidepressants for a few years, and my mouth is still dry. So I don't get it.
Well, I don't know. I
Hey,
mean, it could easily be just something you're eating that you shouldn't. It could be something in the air. There's so many reasons why a mouth
yep.
might dry out. I know that when it happens to me, it's usually because I've been smoking weed.
Okay then. Okay.
That'll give you a nasty case of the cotton mouth weed, Will.
Yes, I remember the cotton mouth. Hi, Randy. Hi, Shadow Kitty. Yeah, Shadow Kitty says put scotch in it. Actually, honey, I'm not much for scotch and water. Uh, the water makes the scotch taste bad.
Scotch makes the scotch taste. I mean, I can't put that any other way. Scotch is grody. I don't know how anyone
Oh,
drinks it. It's so
it
nasty.
is an
Then
acquired.
again, most booze is gross. I mean, I don't know how anyone drinks gin either. I mean, you might as well stick one of those car fresheners in like a blender, because that's what gin tastes like. Is you are now drinking liquefied pine tree.
Well, absolutely correct. Um,
Well, that's disgusting.
gin.
Pine is not like, I mean, I've found weed that was advertised as having a pine taste, and somehow that was meant as a good thing that it had this, and I was like, no, I want this in spite of that.
Oh my. Well, really, when you come down to it, gin is essentially vodka that has had juniper berries soaked in it. So yeah, it's basically pine tree.
Well, it's gross.
But for some reason, I like pine tree.
Well, I don't mind the scent, but the taste I can do without.
Now, I do not drink gin straight. I will drink it
Mm.
with tonic water.
Well, but that just makes it extra gross. All that quinine in there making it bitter as fuck. Ew.
Yeah, but like my taste buds are really fucking strange. I love that bitter taste.
Yeah, well, but see, the whole point of bitter is that, like, axiomatically, by definition, if something is bitter, it doesn't taste good. If you're enjoying it, it's not bitter.
Oh my. Oh no. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? Okay, you've got the dry mouth, Colleen. Your kidneys don't retain as much water as they should. Oh my, I feel for you. Yeah, okay. Well, anybody with kidney problems, I feel for them.
Uh, I honestly don't know. Like, I hear stories, cannot picture what having kidney problems is like. I mean, you've told us. I don't need it re-described. I'm
Oh
just
right,
saying
yeah,
it's
uh-huh.
very difficult to empathize, is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah, just say the least one can say is it's not fun at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll give that a miss. Thanks. I definitely don't need to experience kidney troubles.
Mm, yeah, better to do without them, definitely. Um
Oh, no, no. I want to keep the kidneys. I'll do without the
Without
problems.
the problems, yeah, I'm sorry, that's what I did mean.
No,
Yes.
I was being a brat. I knew exactly what you meant. I
Oh,
was being a
okay.
brat.
Wait, Shadow Kitty says, okay, orange blossoms, gin and orange juice are yummy. I don't think I've ever tried that.
Well, I mean, I love citrus, but I don't think it'll be enough to kill the nasty taste of the gin.
Yeah, I don't see it killing the taste. I see it mixing with the taste, and you get both of them together. Um, I may have to
Well,
try
let's
that
put it this way.
someday.
But I mean, when I kill the bitterness in coffee, for example, what I've done is I've hidden the nasty. Like, there's still some of the good taste of coffee, what little there is, but I mean, it like I've still killed the bitterness
Okay,
before I
okay.
drink it. I mean, you can do that. It's possible. So if I were to kill the bitterness in gin, it would probably be because I put some sort of mixer in there that makes it no longer nasty. That hides the nasty taste.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking, and I'm not sure how one would do that if it's possible at all, but I'll leave it to somebody else to figure it out. And
Is your cat going bug fuck over there? Because I hear a lot of thunking.
Yes, she is.
Okay.
She's clawing the heck out of a cardboard box.
Okay. I was curious.
Yeah, I'll hear that sound from time to time, and it's like, okay, I know where Sylvia is.
Well, the thing is, I mean, maybe it's just the way the uniform microphone is picking it up, but it doesn't sound like a cardboard box. It sounds metallic.
Oh, okay, okay. No, it is.
Very. My first thought was that it was a like a filing cabinet.
Oh, okay. No, it is cardboard. Trust me, I've watched her do it. And yeah, she was when you were asking about it. She was standing atop the box. That's a new one. Usually,
Hmm.
she gets in the box and claws from the inside out.
I
But
am so glad we're talking about a cat right now.
and then Mage, yes, vodka and orange juice are also good. Well, that's you have the vodka and orange juice. That's the screwdriver. It's a very tasty drink. Then you have the vodka and milk of magnesia. That's a Phillips screwdriver. Some people seem to like it. I'm not too sure about it. And then you have vodka and prune juice. That's a pile driver.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to like not any of those
Okay. And that
because
last,
basically it sounds like, oh yeah, this is coming out of both ends of you.
that last one, some people call it a can opener. Oh, that's what I didn't get yesterday. I didn't look for another church key. Oh well, I can wait on that.
I had to go out today and get some of those like little brushy things that you use to swab out drains.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's weird because like I was asking people what those were called, and the closest I got to an answer was a bottle brush, but nobody seemed to have an official name for these things.
Yeah, are you talking about the? It looks like a stick
It
with backward
it
facing.
looks like a chimney sweep's brush.
Oh, that one. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that you were maybe talking about the one that had backward facing hooks on it, and you would
I don't even know what the
send
heck
it.
you're talking
It
about.
would send it down the drain, and then as you pulled it back out, the hair would catch on it and get pulled out.
No, this just looks like a chimney sweep's brush.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Ox. How you doing, honey?
it's just with the here and the this, and there you go. One of these.
Yeah. Uh huh. Okay.
I mean, it says drain brush here, but I kept asking people, and they had no real name for it. Like there didn't seem to be an official name.
I don't know that it has one.
Well, I don't know how you're supposed to ask for it. That was my problem. Is how do you find something if you don't know what to call it?
Uh, Sort of like those two lines down the middle of your face that have no name. What do you call it? I don't know. It has no name.
Two lines down the middle of your face? What on earth are you talking about?
The those little ridges that start at the bottom of your nose and then go down to your upper lip. They actually do have a name. I just
Oh,
don't remember what it is.
yeah. I've heard the name before. I don't remember either, but
Oh my! But no. Let's see what we've got here. We've got this thing and that thing, and then the other thing. Come here, you. This is what I
oh,
thought you were talking about.
I
Can
don't believe I've ever seen one of those.
can you see the little hooks on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't think that one of those has ever crossed my world before now.
Oh, okay, okay. So Kate has learned something today. Yay.
Well, but it wasn't anything useful or interesting or entertaining. So really,
I don't
you
know.
know, I mean, let's put it this way: if I encounter one of those ever again for the rest of my life that did not involve you showing it to me, I'll be shocked.
Okay.
Or, well, or who didn't involve anyone who's heard this conversation and is trying to be a rat bastard about it. You know, well, I mean, it's like someone somewhere probably heard that and went, aha, cake challenge accepted. And now is going to inundate my email with pictures of those thingies.
Yes, and that's it, Ox. And George Carlin did a skit on that. Um, the entire skit, I think, was things that had weird names or things that had no names or something like that. And then
Well, I mean, he did have the thing about the bilabial fricative, but
yes,
yeah.
bilabial fricative. I love the way he would do that sing song thing with the announcers. Well, he was a radio man for years. Um, Yay. And then let's see,
Hmm.
did my mic turn itself down when I did that? Probably.
Well, not that I
No, it
noticed, but then
didn't.
again, the stream and what I hear may not be the same. So,
I should really not talk about it because for whatever reason, the AGC is not turning my mic that. No, there it goes. Jinxed it. Okay. it's going down as I speak.
maybe it's just me, but I try not to be superstitious. I got one or two little things, little silly habits that I know are bullshit, but
Oh,
I do them anyway.
I know it's
But for the most part, I've never really believed in jinxes.
I know it's all crap. I know, but it's fun to talk about it that way. But I tell you want to see a group of superstitious people, baseball players.
Oh, sure, sure. Like there's those guys. Oh yeah, he hasn't washed his jock strap in 10 years because he thinks flies are lucky.
Yes, that sort of thing. Oh my word, it's crazy. Um, Wait a minute.
Uh,
Kitty asks, "You know what an aglet is?" No,
Aglet. Are you sure it's not an oglet?
I know. Could be. I mean, it's spelled that way.
Well, no, I mean it just goes with your og foo.
Oh, okay. It's a little og. Yes, it's a little og, and so it would also go along with a foolet and
Hmm.
a bullet and a goulet, and it's all many much full of poolet.
I'll agree with that last one.
You started this.
I did not.
Oh my word! Oh yay! But yeah, all sorts of fun there, and I don't know what can I tell you. I could tell you a lot of things, and I'm sure you don't want to hear most of them. Um, oh, but that's one of the interesting things that's been going on these past few days. I don't know if you know Stephen Bauman. Uh, he's
Sounds familiar.
he's around Twitter. He's a geologist I know. He's been doing trivia questions, geology trivia questions, and that's been a whole bunch of fun. Um,
Okay.
yeah, he's pointing up with his little trivia questions. A lot of people don't realize how geologically active the area around Michigan has been. And I'm speaking of hundreds of millions or even a billion years, but a lot of geological activity around the Great Lakes, and I found that fun. And I even knew the
Okay.
answers to some of the questions he was asking.
Eh. All right.
Oh, look at that! Yeah. Mage says, "I think I will heat up one of the chicken pot pies I have in the freezer. I love pot pies, especially
I like half of that.
Okay, so you like fowl pot,
No,
fowl pies?
no.
Oh my! But
See,
you like half of a pot pie.
no, I like half of pot pie.
Okay, and
Okay, there's two words, pot and pie.
yeah, okay.
And I like half of pot pies.
I thought I had covered that one already. No, I hadn't. Okay,
Guess not.
I guess not. No. Yeah, you like that first half.
Oh, that too. No, I just like pie.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm kidding. Of course, that's what I meant.
Oh man, I like pies. No, pies are good. They're a good way to eat. As a matter of fact,
Okay.
come on over. We'll have some apple. No, you already went on about apple pie. That's right. So no, that's not going
Yeah,
to
I like
work.
a good pumpkin pie. I'll eat lemon meringue pie. And I think an argument could be made that cheesecake is actually cheese pie.
Yes, it
Um,
could be.
I
Yes.
like pear pie, and
Okay.
I um, definitely lime. I'd rather have lime meringue than lemon meringue. I'm not even sure what
Okay.
meringue is, but
Oh, a meringue is a frothy thing that's based on egg whites.
so mayonnaise.
Well, no, it's a stiff, frothy thing. Um,
Okay, old mayonnaise.
you know that foamy white stuff that you see on top of lemon pies.
You mean whipped cream?
No, cause no, we're talking about whipped egg whites here.
Okay. Usually when I see something on top of a pie, it's whipped cream, but all right.
Let's see here. Um, no, I'm not looking for merengue.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, if one were to make, um, like an Australian pie, you'd be pretty worried that it would repeat on you because it would be a boomerang meringue pie.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
You say
Yes,
boomerang meringue.
absolutely.
Yes. Okay, boomerang. Anyway.
And yeah, the other thing is, of course, Australia, home of pineapple upside down cake.
Hmm. They have pineapples in Australia, like naturally, not imported.
Okay, naturally, I don't think so.
Okay. I
Um,
mean, in today's day and age, obviously, pretty much anything can be imported, so that was not the question.
right. Let's see.
And I was just making a joke. Like the information will not help either of us.
No, I was curious
Mm,
whether bromeliads. Okay, yes, bromeliads are tropical plants. Okay, pineapples fall into the family of bromeliads. That's why I was looking that up.
okay.
Oh my! Which I actually bought a pineapple when I went shopping yesterday, and sometime in the next few days I will go about eating it.
Well, when I went shopping yesterday, I bought 2 cans of pineapple chunks.
Yay! I
I
was
do likes me my pineapple chunks. They're good.
I was trying to decide whether I wanted a pineapple or if I wanted a can of chunks because along with the chunks, when you get a can of chunks, along with the chunks you get that sweet syrupy stuff.
No, 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 no. There are options. You can get it in its natural juice or in the heavy syrup. It is
Oh,
not required that you get it in the syrup.
oh, but I like the syrup. That's why I was wondering about the cans of stuff.
Uh, I see.
Yes. So I decided I would just get The pineapple cost me less than $2. It's sitting on my kitchen cart, and yeah,
Oof.
it's
You know what? I know this is a bit of a rabbit hole, but now I want pizza.
oh wow, okay, okay.
I
There
mean,
you
obviously, you know why I started thinking about
yes,
pizza while we're talking pineapple, but
absolutely.
I know some people think it's an abomination. I will say Hawaiian style, it's okay. Otherwise, no pineapple on
I was
pizza.
gonna say, do you have any ham lying around?
Yeah, I don't. I don't have any pizza lying around either. I would have to order some or go out and buy the ingredients.
Okay, then. You know, you
Yeah.
speaking of that though, I actually bought some pastrami yesterday because
Oh, pastrami's good stuff.
you've spoken of it a number of times, and I said, you know, I want some pastrami. I haven't had it in years. $10 a pound.
Yeah. Well, it's not cheap, especially during a pandemic. A lot of things are hard to get. A lot of things are more expensive. I still can't find like the frozen chicken, the shredded chicken breast that I would get. Still
Oh
can't find them
yeah,
anywhere for
okay,
love or money. No idea what the hell the problem is, and it's very frustrating because that was what I used to make my stir fries.
okay, okay. Does it? Excuse me. Does it work to slice up the non-shredded chicken breasts? I mean, I can't.
Well, they don't. Well, but the idea was to buy some that's frozen because you can buy like 6, 7 meals worth for $1 a meal if you buy the frozen stuff, right? But
Yeah.
if I buy it fresh, it's like 2 meals for like about the same price. It's very frustrating.
Well, I've been able to buy the chicken breasts frozen. That's why I say that. And I don't know. Do you not have them
Well,
in
but
your
then they'd have
neighborhood?
to be thawed out and everything, and I'm not using a whole chicken breast on a single stir fry. I might use a third of one in a stir fry.
Oh,
So,
okay.
like,
So,
I getting the frozen shredded chicken breast allowed me to more finely tune how much meat there would be in the stir fry.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There was one package that I had got some time ago. Must have taken the breasts from pullets because they were rather small, and that would be kind of nice. That sort of thing. You know, they're not the size of the chicken breast I just bought, where you know they're like half a pound each. Yeah, I bought some chicken breasts yesterday, and
Well, like if you look here at this, like you see the chunks, the size of the chunks here.
yes, I do.
That is what you get immediately out of the bag. You don't have to do anything other than open the bag to get that. And that's what I wanted.
It's got it
And that's what I can't find anymore.
quick and easy, and no antibiotics ever. Yeah.
Now, that is something I am never sure about. Wouldn't you want antibiotics in something you're going to eat? You know, it spent its life disease free. Here you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the complaints are. If it's that you develop, oh, one of the complaints might be is humans developing a resistance to the antibiotic. You know, the chemicals over a long period of time interact with the human body and they don't work as well or something.
What on earth are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, sort of like building up a resistance to pot, except you
Okay,
build
but
up a
why?
resistance to an antibiotic, and you wouldn't
But,
want them
but,
in your
but,
food
but,
because you're
but,
getting them on a low dose basis all the time.
but it, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I would imagine that cooking your food would negate any antibiotic that's in it. I mean, that's just me. I think that for most people, it's just a certain amount of fear, of science fear. They don't understand it, so they don't want it. You know?
That's another thing. Yeah, that's another possibility.
Why
Okay.
do people object to antibiotics in meat? And I should probably not be on the images
Okay,
tab.
the one that
Let's
I.
see here. Why are antibiotics bad in meat? The overuse of antibiotics in food producing animals is blamed for the increase in resistant bacteria, also known as superbugs. When these are passed to humans, they can cause serious illness. However, other experts suggest that antibiotic use in food producing animals poses very little risk to human health. Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't buy it. The whole like super bugs and animals being resistant to it. If that were true, then we have to stop like vaccinating ourselves.
Yeah, that first thing that you read off was what I was trying to get at, as a possibility of people not liking the antibiotics. Um, Personally, I really don't care.
It
Uh,
says the amount of antibiotics in foods is very low.
hmm Now, if it starts turning the frogs gay, that's another thing.
Mm. Well, I think that it real I was right the first time, and it is just people having techno fear. They don't know what the fuck's going on, and they don't understand it, and it's way above their heads, and so they just say nope, no, nobody, nope.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that that's the case with the GMOs, for example.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's difficult for me to picture how other people are picturing there being some sort of like problem with. I mean, it's still meat, it's still like what you've been eating all along. It's a little bit different. It's not like you're eating some sort of super mutant that someone has invented in a lab somewhere. I mean, I imagine people are picturing some sort of bizarre, I don't know, like horror movie esque creation that's coming out of these labs. I don't want to eat Frankenstein's, I don't know, cow, I guess.
There you
Frankenstein,
go. There you go.
Frankenstein's bacon, Franken bacon. There we go. It's like, well, okay, I think you guys have gotten the wrong idea about how this all works.
Oh my! And when you look at things like what do they call it? The rice. There's a rice that's all full of beta carotene,
Mm.
and it's been done by genetically modifying it, and that's been a huge boon in that it has reduced childhood blindness in Southeast Asia. And you would not have that benefit without the genetic modification.
Well, and when you think about it, I mean, breeding is unto itself genetic modification.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
It's more brute force than what someone might do in a lab, but it's still,
yeah,
you say, okay, these are ones, this is a line of fill in whatever animal or vegetable we're talking about that we want to continue because it has better traits. Right there, you've genetically modified the fucker by making it breed with other ones, and
yeah.
deciding others won't breed. That is genetic modification. But I'm sure people are picturing, a creepy science lab
Of
and
course they
and
are. Yes.
it's midnight, there's lightning in the background, and a hunchbacked assistant is helping us prepare the carrots.
I like it. Oh my! I need to clip that out and put that up as a cut. Yeah, as a clip. Oh my word! It's yeah. People seem to have this irrational fear of laboratories.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, I mean, again, that is part of the problem. Is just when people look at what science is in the movies versus what it is in real life. Well, real life's not nearly as cool, but it's also a hell of a lot scarier.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I have to admit, I don't know a lot about, say, for example, how one might end up with radiation poisoning, perhaps. But I do know that it's invisible. I do know it's a silent killer. And so that makes it even scarier. Is
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, what if I'm being irradiated right now and I don't know it?
And it does happen enough. I mean, here in this area, we have to have radon testing because it appears that there's quite a bit of radon in the rocks around here, and it
Well,
can.
and that's why I thought you were done.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
and
thought you were done.
it tends to build up in people's basements and shit and do horrible things.
Well, I mean, but that's why I can picture some people like in the grips of techno fear,
Yes,
because
yeah.
clearly, because we've been fed all of this, like Hollywood. I don't want to say bullshit, but let's say imagination. All of this stuff we've been fed for years, decades of like fictional versions of science, and it
Mm-hmm.
usually
Mm-hmm.
goes very
Mm-hmm.
poorly. It's that whole like, do you want zombie spiders? Because this is how we get zombie spiders. That and so like I guess I get the techno fear, but at the same time it's really getting in the way when people are losing it over non-issues because they think that Hollywood got it right when they made that zombie movie.
Oh my word! Yeah, it's um, Hollywood had its work cut out for it when they decided that they wanted to make labs interesting. Um, take it from one who has worked in a lab. It's largely boring. I mean, really, it
Mhm.
is. No
Well,
flashes, no sparks, no weird. Sometimes there are weird odors, but not all the time.
Well, I mean that's exactly the problem. That's something I've said for a long time. Is like science, real science is not only not as cool as it is in the movies, but when you're learning about it in school, generally speaking, they bleach all of the fun out of it. Like it seems almost deliberately leeching all of the fun out of it. Because there are some things that I actually kind of like in science that I don't find desperately dull, but when we were doing that sort of thing in school, it was a footnote at best. And
Okay.
I've had the same complaint about the stuff they make us read. You've heard me rant about those.
Oh
It just
yeah.
seems like they say, oh, science can't be fun. And I'm like, well, it could if you'd let it.
Yeah, I mean, science is. I love. That's why I took a research track. I think science is fun. I love it. Even the boring stuff that everybody else thinks is. I think I'm weird. To me, it's fun. Um, but yeah.
If they could make science sexier, I think more people would be into it. Both literally and figurative, actually. There was an episode of The Big Bang Theory where Bernadette was going to get to be in some like sexiest women of science catalog or calendar or magazine or something,
All
and
right.
Amy objected, saying like, I can't in good conscience approve of this because it like cheapens the role of women in science. And I'm sitting there thinking, actually, I'm sure that there's a lot of women out there, or a lot of high school young girls, whatever, who are going, science seems interesting, but to be a scientist, you have to be frumpy and dowdy. The cool kids are never the scientists,
Uh
you
huh.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
thinking if you have a sexy scientists magazine, you might actually get these girls realizing, hey, I can be a scientist and sexy at the same time.
Oh, indeed, indeed, indeed. Oh my, it's yeah. I'm just thinking back to a couple of my profs the second time around. Oh well. Yeah. Okay. Oh, one of my profs was actually the ticket to the moon type. I had a huge crush on her. Oh well.
Hmm. Well, but it's not just the sexy uniform, though. It's also, look, I get a ticket to the moon.
There
But
you
most
go.
scientists even won't be going to the moon. Never mind, most astronauts won't be going to the moon. Heck, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are in NASA's programs right now who will never get to the ISS. So it's like, I might have been willing to become a scientist if it meant I could go to space, but that was never going to happen for me. So what's the point of doing science if it won't get me to the goal of going to space?
Mm.
Because I
Oh,
do see science as a means to an end, not an end unto itself. Where can science take me?
oh, okay. No, I'm the basic research type. Um, I'm the type that will look at things and investigate things without any idea of how they might be used in future. But you
No, not
never
knowing.
know you never know what'll happen though. You know.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, if I'm not working toward a goal, chances are good I'm going to lose interest.
Okay, okay.
So,
That is
you know,
yes.
I, yeah, I can't research just to research. If it doesn't have utility of some sort or entertainment value, I'm not that interested.
Yeah, staying on the program to figure out why the XYZ
Mhm.
enzyme is, if the effectiveness is reduced when subjected to this particular hormone. Yeah, you've got to work hard to keep the interest going. With something like that.
On the other hand, will this death ray cut straight through the concrete blocks and the convicted criminal who volunteers? Or
Yeah,
will it not?
yeah. There you
Will it only
go.
give them a slight tingly feeling? That kind of thing is like, is my flying car going to fly?
Uh-huh.
Will my teleporter actually teleport? That kind of thing. If I'm not doing that, what's the point? You know,
Okay, I got you. Oh,
Man, I would spend a lot more time making a really cool looking flashing light than I ever would researching enzymes that will never actually do anything to anything, except now I know they exist and why.
uh-huh.
Okay, but what can I do with this?
Well, okay, it looks like Harmonica Man's got just a little bit of a crush on Scientist Mel. Okay, we could use that against you sometime in the future.
Now, I think I remember which one scientist Mel is. Red hair, glasses.
Well, yeah, she's got the red hair, definitely. I can't remember if she has the glasses or not.
Yeah, there we go. Pulled up a picture. There she is. That's who I thought.
Okay, then. Yeah, she's
And yes, glasses.
okay, okay, because actually, I hadn't seen her face in quite a while. I'd forgotten whether she wore them or not. Um,
Okay, that's not a flattering photo that I just found, but it's definitely her. It looks like she was in the process of saying a word that started with F, and
yeah,
they just got her
okay.
most awkward part of it. But that's who I thought, and yeah,
Yeah, and the
she's
hair's
pretty cool. I like her. She's good
yeah,
people. I
she's a
encounter
great
her
people
not
person.
very often, but when I do, she's like I do not regret the encounter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's really great. Yes, the hair looks a little frumpy on this one, but other than that, yeah.
Still, but I mean, point being, I'm glad I could remember who she is because honestly, you know how my memory is for people and names and all of that stuff.
I'm amazed that you remember my name from show to show.
Oh, don't worry about it, Gertrude.
Okay, there we are.
I don't
Oh
know.
my.
Named after my pool cue because you're a bit of a stick in the mud.
There we go. Oh, look. It's Faithful Pheasant Josiah Henson. Hello, dear. How are ya?
All right.
Or
So
Faithless Pheasant. Sorry about that.
uh,
Oh, my, oh, my, oh, my. Where's Nadine? Other than that, oh, jeez.
the existence of Nadine implies the existence of Yadine.
Yes, certainly does.
But that's just me.
It's just you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. I love actually the format of the existence of fill in the blank implies the existence of fill in a vaguely related sounding blank. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
like,
there was one that I did this morning actually. The concept of releasing the kraken implies many things. One, there are free roaming kraken that can be caught and contained. Two, Someone designed, funded, and built a Kraken cage, possibly the lowest bidder. 3. This cage is somehow portable to be brought along during military campaigns. 4. That this cage has some sort of quick release mechanism. 5. That a long contained Kraken will attack the enemies of its captors rather than turning on the captors themselves. And 6. I should not have access to the internet prior to sufficient caffeine intake.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh my.
So I don't know why, but I enjoy that format of joke of
Yes.
this is that. There's something about it.
Well,
I don't know.
Carlin did an entire skit on that sort of thing. The only part of it I can remember is, words we should have, words that don't exist, like near fetched. We have far fetched, something that's totally unbelievable. Why not, for something absolutely obvious, near fetched?
Well, it reminds me of the movie Clueless, where I'm trying to remember who was saying it to who, but it doesn't matter that much. One character says to the other, I know you can be I know you can be overwhelmed, and I know you can be underwhelmed, but can you ever just be whelmed? And the other one goes, well, I think you. The other one goes, well, I think you can in Europe.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, so
Oh
whelmed.
my.
There are a few like that though, where it's just you never see this particular word particle anywhere other than in this specific set of circumstances or
Yes.
modified on something. Like, for example, the one that drove me up the wall here is like, if you kill your father, it's patricide. You kill a king, it's regicide. But when you kill yourself, it's suicide. And I've never seen the sui like prefix used anywhere else. In fact, the only time I've ever heard it used anywhere else is when you're calling a pig.
Uh-huh. I looked that up once, and I think it comes from really, 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 really ancient Latin somehow.
Well,
And it has not survived into common use.
well, I mean that's the point though, is that no one uses it in any context other than suicide, and I'm wondering why. Like I mean, I know you say it didn't survive, but somehow it survived in one incarnation. Why not others?
Yeah. And words are so crazy. Etymology is just so nuts. Okay, origin and meaning of suicide. From the Latin, sui, of one's self, genitive of se, self.
Well, I mean, we've established where it's from.
Yeah, and
The
it's just,
question,
why
is
doesn't it?
why did it not end up being part of any other word in today's modern English?
Yeah, and that particle must feel pretty bad being left out the way that is. I mean, so many other particles find themselves in other places. They're popular, and sui is just like ignored, and it's sitting there like the wallflower at the dance. And
So I'm trying to look this up here. I said, why is sui only used in suicide? And of course, now it's got like, why do people commit suicide? The methods of commit.
yeah,
I'm like, no, I want the word, jackass. Oh well. And of course, now that I'm doing this, like all my Facebook ads are going to be for grief counseling and shit.
uh-huh.
So
My,
that sucks.
this one is, I haven't seen this one before, but this particular article mentions other uses of the word suicide. And you have suicide blonde, one who has died by her own hand, was first attested in 1921. I had never seen that before.
I don't think I have either. And the few times I've heard someone describe someone as like a suicide fill-in hair color, it was usually like, oh, she's to die for. Like I
Okay.
have heard that, but I don't know.
Well, well, well.
I'm
You hear this
still
kitty,
not
right?
seeing anything, only barely. Still not seeing anything at all that mentions like, oh yeah, and sui is used in another word as well.
Oh,
I'm not seeing that
Oh,
anywhere.
darn it. I
You
had hope
know,
there for a
let's try.
moment.
Let's try. Well, is sui used in any other word? Uh, that is not what I typed in any other word. There we go. Nope. Doesn't look like it.
All right then. That's pretty bigoted against Sui.
Clearly.
Yes, I think there are a couple other particles like that, but I don't remember them offhand.
Oh well. That's kind of strange. I always wonder about those little quirks of language, like where did this, that, or the other thing come from?
Well, that's one of the interesting thing. Well, it's interesting to me anyway. Is where did language itself come from? And it would be nice to be able to get an idea of how language developed. I mean,
Oh, I think it's easy to imagine it. So Og the caveman wants Gragnok the caveman to move a rock. So he points and goes, rock. Like I'm sure a lot of them just made up nouns, and after a while a form, like a format emerged over time. I'm sure it was just like that. Obviously I don't have the specifics correct, but I imagine people needed to convey meaning and just figured out that sound was the easiest way to convey it
well,
and just made up sounds.
lately, just in some of the things I've been looking at, it looks like you may be more or less correct, except that it wasn't people. Because it seems
Okay.
that there are more and more discoveries that um, simple forms of language seem to be in use in other species, and not only other primates, but other um, that are others that are not any sort of monkey or ape or anything like that. You've got species other than
Uh,
that.
okay. It seems to me that we started talking about human language, and now somehow we've moved to animals that aren't human.
Well, I mean,
I, I it seems to me that if humans ever developed languages, it was probably close to what I described.
okay, move beef.
Also, I object to the notion of using person to mean human.
Well,
There are
yeah,
plenty of
yeah.
animals
Mm-hmm.
that are more
Mm-hmm.
better people than humans out there. I'm also looking. There is apparently a Latin term called sui generis, which basically means of one's own kind or in a class by oneself, therefore unique, kind of
Oh,
thing.
well
Um,
then.
and so, like they have here biology for species that do not fit into a genus that includes other species. Creative arts for artistic works that go beyond conventional genre boundaries. Law when a special and unique interpretation of a case or authority is necessary. And bunches of others. Philosophy to indicate an idea, an entity, or reality that cannot be reduced to a lower concept or included in a higher concept, et cetera, et cetera. It is used, but not in any kind of like common use. Like it clearly exists as a technical term,
Mm,
but not in common use the way suicide is.
okay then. Okay.
Kind of frustrating, actually. Oh, apparently there's also an Argentinian folk rock band with the same name.
Sui generis.
Yep,
Okay then.
yep. And wow, are they not attractive people?
Hi, Adam. Yay. We got all the cool people here today. Yes, we does.
Oh, well, they disbanded a few months before I was born, so that explains the fashion, or lack thereof.
Wait a minute. Free floating bone in the throat. You're not talking about the hyoid bone, are you? Because that's
This is the band that I was talking about, called Sui
Oh,
Generis.
alrighty.
Wow, are they dressed like it's the 70s?
I
Which it was for
was
them, but
gonna
still,
say, yeah.
wowzers. Yeah, I bet they're ashamed of those photos now. I mean, hell, I look at some of the stuff I was wearing in the early 80s, and I'm like, I love the 80s, but boy, should I never have let my parents dress me. I know it's funny. There was someone on Facebook showed me this website, YouTube channel, where basically they do mashups of the popular songs from certain years. And I gotta say, 1986 was the best of them that I saw, but I watched from like 80 to 93 before I gave up. And it was really cool. I was like, wow, okay, that's where I left my childhood.
Okay, then.
Oh, yeah.
My, I was just thinking about that sort of thing. It's in some ways I miss the years gone by, but then again, it's one of those things that it's kind of good that it's gone by, so it's not here.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I mean, my past, the era
Oh,
of my, the years gone by. Sometimes I miss that stuff, and then I remember how nice it is to not have to put up with the shit I had to put up with. All right, all right. I
yeah.
want, I want, I want, I want.
Well, I mean, I have to say though, like I look at my own past, and sure, there's stuff I wish had never happened that I could have avoided, but it was all worth it for the stuff that was awesome.
Well, that's where I get conflicted. I mean, the '60s were an absolutely shitty time for me, but were I to have missed the '60s, I would have missed the space program.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I obviously missed the space program, but it was still there. You know, however, missing Star Wars when it was new, missing the music that I love when it was popular, when there was like this sort of cultural consciousness around which like well hmm that's not it. I'm trying to figure out how to express this. I was able to make a connection with people I might otherwise never have connected with simply because of the pop culture of the 80s.
Okay, then.
And so without that, I don't know what I would have done, you know? I'm sure a lot of people just like when the moon landing happened, they were like that was really cool, and maybe they were thought it was awesome for a week or two, and then it was over. Not everyone obsessed about it, but if you go online, you can find so many people who love the 80s as much and in the same way as I, and that's fucking awesome. There's like that shared childhood memory. A lot of us in these 80s groups like will post pictures of toys and games and stuff that we used to do, and everyone's like, oh, coming together for all this nostalgia. It was so wonderful. Where, I mean, if I hadn't been there in the moment, I mean, sure, I love some of the music and movies from eras where I wasn't around for them, but that cultural moment what it was missing, if there ever was one, for those things like the few movies I like from the 50s or 60s or whatever. Was there a cultural moment? Probably not. But was there a cultural moment for some of the music that I love so much, some of the movies I love so much? I mean, ask anyone my age about the Breakfast Club and they will have a lot to tell you. Ask anyone my age about Star Wars, they'll have a lot to tell you. And like if I hadn't been there for those things, I would have regretted it. simply because of the connection I made with other people surrounding them. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Okay then. Moo. Definite moo.
I don't know.
And the little one agrees even though she can't hear. Okay.
Yeah. See, now I want to go through all of these comments on the page where I saw these Reese's corned beef and cabbage big cups, just to see, because that's also where I found the Mountain Dew baby food image, and I'm just wondering what else is there.
Oh
You
my,
know,
yeah.
because people have come up with some fucked up food ideas. I mean, you've seen my lasagna Oreos.
Yes, I have.
So, I don't
Well,
know.
thank you, Kitty.
I think I chose lasagna specifically because it was just so oddly specific. You know, like I could have picked any Italian dish. For some reason, lasagna got the nod. I don't know.
Okay then.
Well, I could have picked a lot. I mean, like for some reason, spaghetti and meatballs Oreos does not have the same impact as lasagna Oreos. You know,
Yeah.
the
Uh huh.
fettuccine Alfredo Oreos just doesn't seem to have the same kick as lasagna. I don't know.
I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that Oreos and lasagna are both layered.
Nothing to do with it whatsoever. Actually, that never occurred to me for a moment.
Okay then.
So I don't know a damn thing about this Merrick Garland fellow. But every time I hear his name, like he could be the most liberal left wing motherfucker on the planet. But when I hear the name Merrick Garland, what goes through my head is some like old money, deep south, white privilege, fat ass Colonel Sanders looking motherfucker. You know?
Oh no.
The name Merrick Garland just implies that so hard that this guy's going to look like Boss Hog. You know?
Now he's the guy that got screwed with the Supreme Court nomination when
Well, but yes.
yeah.
I mean, not that it matters. The point is the name and how it sounds. It's close enough to Merrimack that I might have named a boat Merrick Garland. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's what I mean. Is it has that like deep South old money white privilege vibe when I talk about it like that. It has that like, oh yes, we can trace our lineage back to the Civil War kind of sound to it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. He was born in Chicago. Okay.
So
Born in 1952. What you got? Yep. Okay then.
well, did you see that like super creepy robot that they built where she was like talking to people and at one point she said, "Okay, I'll destroy humanity." And I was like everyone goes, "Oh shit, no, 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 abort, abort, abort."
This was a while ago, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but I
I saw
think I
the
remember
footage
the
today.
one.
I'm sure I've seen it earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, it was allegedly, I think if this is the right one, um, programmed with a heuristic sort of thing where she could learn by
I don't know about
experience.
I don't know about that part. I know what the robot looked like, and I know what that incident was. I did not look into it further because honestly, I didn't want to keep looking at it. It was one of the creepiest robots I've ever seen.
Okay, then.
Sophia, I think is what it's called. Yeah, that's the one. Positively terrifying. Okay, it looks like they've improved the look of the robot since, but previously it was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. It just like, okay, hold on. This and that and that. Okay, there it goes.
And foo-foo. Okay, then. This is the
It's
substantially improved Sophia, right?
no,
No.
no. At least not that I can tell. It looks like the one that I'd seen before, but I mean, I'm sorry, some of the expressions it can put on are just absolutely terrifying. And I'm like, this is not supposed to be a horror movie. I mean, that is creepy.
I'll give you that. That one is definitely a little on the creepsy side. Yes.
But yeah, like,
I like it.
so anyway, yeah, I have yet to see someone attempt a realistic looking robot that wasn't scary as fuck.
Hmm.
Like, there's always a certain amount of uncanny valley going on.
Okay.
Like I think I'd rather have a robot that was not attempting to look human. I don't know why you're laughing. I mean it.
Oh, okay. It wasn't that long ago then. Only about 4 years or 5 years. Okay.
Well, of the AI like chat bots and stuff that are out there, none of them have been particularly impressive simply because they can't seem to remember what was said more than a sentence ago. They don't have any memory. And
Okay.
so when you try to ask them, like, well, do you remember that thing I was telling you about? Do you remember my favorite color? No, they don't.
Okay then.
So that's a huge problem. One thing I'd love to get a chance to play with, if there's one out there, is like, you know how you can feed a bunch of scripts into an AI and then it will generate the quote unquote perfect script
Oh yeah.
kind of thing?
Yeah.
You know, like I'd love to feed it a bunch of plot elements and see what it would come up with. But I don't know if there's one out there that you can actually play around with, or if it's like they have them in labs and they tell you about them, but never shall the public have access. I mean, I don't know.
Adam, you did have a point there. That
Hmm?
Sophia looked like something out of Westworld.
Well, I wouldn't know. I've only seen the cover of the '80s movie. I've never seen the show.
Well, I'm if Adam is thinking of the Adam of the Westworld, I'm thinking of it's the one with Yul Brynner.
No, there was a TV show recently. I'm sure it's that.
Oh, okay.
But I'd probably rather have a robot that looks like this one,
Okay.
but that's built along that design paradigm. Because the other one, creepy as hell. This one is looks artificial enough to be accepted as what it is, rather than attempting to look human, missing, and ending up landing in Creepy Town.
Okay then. Okay.
So yeah. Mind you, I'm not sure I would ever want a sex robot to begin with, so that right there is a factor as well.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, I've thought about that sort of thing, and I don't think I'd want a sex robot either. It's well, I think about the one Twilight Zone, I think it was episode where a guy fell in love with a robot, and thinking, I don't know that that would be possible, at least for
What, to
me.
fall in love with a robot? I could
Yeah,
do it. I mean, it depends on how like how independent-minded the robot is, but I could probably do it.
And this is what I'm thinking. I don't know if the robot would be, as you call it, independent minded enough for me to do it. I don't know if you could ever get to that point, at least during my lifetime.
Well, I think the question is like it. Would this robot come off as an individual or just an automaton?
Mm-hmm. Now, in
Now,
the Twilight Zone
leaving
episode.
I'm leaving the sound off of this thing that I'm presenting because there's music that's copyrighted. But like this is one of those. I think was it General Dynamics robots doing a dance to "Do You Love Me"?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not alone.
Okay, then.
Well,
Jeez, I love it.
eh, it's pretty crazy how lifelike the motions are, but it's
Yeah.
also pretty crazy how terrifying the quadruped robot is.
Yeah.
That looks like something out of nightmares right there.
Jeez, that's beautiful. That robot on wheels is just perfect. I guess in the way it presents itself, just kind of photo bombs the thing.
Oh, that and it is kind of well pelvically thrusting,
Oh,
which
jeez.
adds to the entertainment value. But I mean, look at that. There is something ickily sexual about the way it's moving.
Yes, it vaguely reminds me of an ostrich, but
See, and this is one of the few reasons why I'd ever want to be a scientist is to be able to do something like this. But I wouldn't be able to build the robot itself. I'd want to program the dance.
uh
I
huh. Okay.
want to be the animator who does the routine.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah, Mage. Well,
It's
sex robots would have to improve in a number of ways. Absolutely, yes. Um,
That video is actually a lot better with the sound, with the music.
okay, then. Now, we would get into a lot of trouble because if you said it's "Do You Love Me," yeah, the only copyright strike I've ever had has been on another Beatles tune.
That's Beatles?
"Do You Love Me"? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Hmm.
At least they did a copy of it.
It says here it's the Contours. Are we thinking of the same song?
"Do You Love Me"? I can really groove. The "Do You Love Me" that you got in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Weirdly, I don't remember that being in there. I remember a different song, but
It
it's
was
a, Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love
that's
me?
the one I
Do
was.
you
That's the
now that I can dance? That one.
that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah,
I don't think that's Beatles.
I thought they did a cover of it. Okay, I guess I'm wrong on that one.
Not that I can see.
Okay, wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last.
Yeah. This is weird. I mean, I'm seeing here that there's a song by that name by Chuck Berry, who honestly was my first guess, but um, no, I don't see the Beatles. Uh, I see one called "Love Me Do,"
No, but that's
but
not that's not it.
not,
So I've got the wrong one.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. I see something here. Let me turn off my microphone and see if it's the one. Oh, well, it appears to be a cover band that claims to be doing a song by the Beatles, but it's the only instance I can find where Do You Love Me and the Beatles are together.
Okay, then. Move beef.
So, yeah.
Definite move beef.
Man, why am I. Hold on. I gotta look up that. Because I don't remember it being Do You Love Me in Ferris Bueller, but
It's during the parade sequence.
I know when you mean, but I don't remember it being that song. I thought it was something else. I thought it was Twist and Shout.
Ah! Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. You're right. Mm-hmm.
Of course, you know the song I know best from that movie, I'm sure.
Wait a minute. I am trying to thinking on the thing.
Oh, yeah. Bout, bout. Oh,
Oh,
bout.
okay.
That,
Okay.
yeah. Of course, there's a one moment in there where there's a song I know much, 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 much better, but it's there for comedic purposes, namely the Star Wars theme. But other than that,
Tayo korostu.
yeah. You gotta love that. You know. Every now and then, like a band will come out with that one song, and it's usually a band you never hear from again, one of those one hit wonders, where they come out with this quirky as hell song. Like, what was it? Right Said Fred, I want to say, who did the I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy.
Oh, yeah. Uh
So
huh.
sexy it hurts, and like it was a cultural phenomenon for about a month, and then you never heard from the band again.
Yeah.
And Oh Yeah is one of those songs. Like I have never heard the band Yellow do anything else since.
Oh my.
So I was thinking that I might, like maybe tomorrow, maybe later today, have fun by going to an amnesia ward and picking fights with people by saying just, "Who do you think you are?"
Okay then. That sounds reasonable.
So I don't know. I'm just, it's, it, well, anyway.
Mage says video killed the radio star. Yeah.
Mm. It's actually a good song, but yeah, the Buggles, I don't think they ever did anything like noteworthy after that. I don't even know what else they may have done. Like, did anyone outside Germany ever listen to Nena after 99 Love Belongs?
I don't
Like
know.
I saw a cover, well, not a cover, a like a duet, a collaboration she did with someone else that was actually pretty good. But it's the only thing I've ever heard from her since that first album. Let's see, what was it? It was right. Nana and Kim Wilde did a song called Any Place, Anywhere, Anytime. And it was pretty good. But like I said, aside from that and 99 Luftballons,
Oh
I don't
my.
know. And what was that one song? Oh, geez. Another one of those one hit wonders. Oh, well, I'm blanking now. Of course I am. But there's been so many of those. Oh, I remember. There was that one weird fucked up song where it was like, "This is ponderous, man. Really ponderous." Do you remember that one?
No, I don't actually. No.
Oh, it was just weird. It was almost like a spoken word piece in a weird sort of way.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah, it was like, and then there was this, and my shoes started to squeak, and a girl spoke to me with her eyes. It was like the whole thing was just this guy sort of talking and saying weird shit. I don't know. It was weird,
Okay, I don't know this one at all. I'd like to find it and see how weird it is.
but I don't think I ever heard anything from that band ever again. Yeah, here we go. Um, it's like I'm looking at the lyrics. I had this dream the other night. I went to work one day and nobody remembered who I was, so I decided to take the day off. On my way out, I run into my boss and he says, "Hey, you look familiar." I said, "Thanks. People say that a lot in these dreams." Then the horns kicked in and my shoes started to squeak. It's like it just goes on and on like that. It's just this weird, like it seems like the kind of thing you'd hear in Dr. Demento. It has
Okay,
kind of
okay.
like the song Wet Dream.
No, but that's okay.
It's well it's the one where it's all just a bunch of fish puns. And it's very similar actually.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, what was it? Kip Adada, I want to say was. Yeah, it was April the 41st. Being a quadruple leap year, I was driving through downtown Atlantis. My Barracuda was in the shop, so I was in a rented Stingray, and it was overheating. So I pulled into a
Ah,
Shell station. They said I'd blown a seal. I said, fix the damn thing and leave my private life out of it, okay, pal? And it's just like the whole
no,
thing is
yeah,
this
it sounds
spoken word poem thing, and
it
ponderous, very similar.
sounds vaguely familiar. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Hmm. While they were doing that, I walked over to a place called the Oyster Bar, a real dive. But I knew the owner. He used to play for the Dolphins. I said, "Hi, Gil. You have to yell. He's hard of herring." Yeah, that kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah. So, uh,
Yeah, definitely a ton full of one hit wonders. Um, and what I want to know is these days, with the rise of self-producing, has that led to an increase in the number of one hit wonders, or with the self-producing, are these folks able to keep their names out, at least in front of a cult following, to the point where they get more than one hit? And what is a hit anymore when you don't have the record charts to compare them on?
well, I suppose it depends on where you release the music, doesn't it? I mean, if you release it on YouTube, then, well, you have a very accurate tracker of how popular your shit became because you have views and thumbs and all of that. So there's that if you release it on YouTube, and a lot of people do. There's also music sites out there that I remember when mp3.com was basically like music YouTube, where like a band would have their own page. They could put up a bunch of samples of their work. You could download them for free. And then like they'd have a link up saying here's where you can get the rest of the album. And there were some damn good bands on there too, but then someone bought it and gutted it.
Okay, then.
Well, and that keeps happening too. Like there's a bunch of sites I really, really love, and then someone like some venture capitalist or whatever freaking buys it, and then they gut it and never do anything with it, and it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, like Juke Deck, for example, was this great website where you basically said, okay, here's the genre of music I want of the ones available. Here is how, like, here's the pacing, the tempo, and the key and all of that for this piece of music I want you to generate. Now generate, and it will generate music that sounded really close to the real thing. Like you'd have to be told it was artificial to know. But then someone bought Juke Deck and gone.
Here's a kiddiness.
Right? And I'm actually looking now, and it looks like someone, like the person who bought it, or the person who started it, is now running something on TikTok. I don't know. But no, I've had to find alternatives because I need music for Quinn Redshift. And where am I going to get non shitty music that doesn't take forever or a lot of money?
Yeah, uh-huh.
So I went to this site called Iva, and it's pretty good actually. I've generated a bunch of music that I can definitely use in Quinn Redshift if I need to. Like, let's see. Yeah, that'll do. So you can see this right here, right? These
Let
are tracks I've generated. You see those?
Okay, I can see them better on the Meet page than I
You know,
can on the OBS rendering of it.
I just wanted to make sure you were seeing. I didn't need to know if you
Okay.
could see details, but these are all tracks that I've created. Mind you, I didn't create them exactly. When you tell it you want to create a track, it'll give you all these different like genres to choose from, and then you can like if I click on pop, it wants instrumentation, and there's all these different like piano and strings, soft piano solo, bright piano solo, songwriter ensemble, etc., etc. Or you can go to influences, where what I've done is uploaded MIDI files of things like, say, for example, you've got like a Star Wars battle. I found a MIDI from one of the movies, and then you can play it in MIDI format. And then Iva can take what you've given it and make something that's like conceptually similar, right?
Okay then. Okay.
So then what it ended up generating, like for example, let's see, what do I have that's influence from something people might know? Well, okay, this was based on the theme song to The Last Starfighter.
Ah,
Right, so I did that. Then I don't know if you're familiar with Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson, but it's a bit more rock and roll. What they generated was this. It's a bit repetitive, though.
a
Let's see.
little.
See, so that was actually influenced from this. Anyway, you get the idea. It's very guitar solo heavy,
Okay
and they
then.
something for an orchestra. I mean, that's one of the things you can do is like if you go in here and you say like instrumentation, and it's got ambient ensembles, electronic ensembles, orchestral section ensembles, piano, pop rock, jazz ensembles, symphonic ensembles, and world ensembles. Like I could take that same song and turn it into a Chinese ensemble, a small pirate band, a small tango band, a small tavern band, and I'll try to take that same song and change genres by learning like the different ways that the like the composer put the notes together, it learns the philosophy behind the song and creates something for you. And so that's how I'll be creating the score for Quinn Redshift, is by finding ways to take music that sounds like what I want and having this AI make something original.
Ah, then, okay, and Colleen would like you to indicate that website to spell it out, or however that would be.
AIVA.ai. Here, let me.
Yeah, if you
Hmm.
put it in the side chat, maybe that would be a good thing.
Right. Oh, hush, kitten. Wow, it is almost that time, isn't it?
Well, it's getting there.
Oh,
It's a little
who's my
over
little
20 minutes until food time.
who's my little kitty? Oh, and why does my kitty smell like litter box?
Taking issue with that?
Well, maybe, or it might just be that she saw Xander. Ah, Xander. Okay, that was just really rude. Like I was petting Columbia, and Xander popped around from the side of a chair and took a swipe at her, getting me instead. And I'm like, why would you do this?
I don't know. Is it time to on fire to setting the kitty?
Perhaps.
Okay. Can we watch?
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I don't want anyone watching while my pussy is on fire.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah. Meow. Hey, Xander, what the hell, Xander? Why are you suddenly getting violent?
Now you had me thinking of Simon's cat.
Silly kitties.
Yes.
You two are a little off key with respect to each other, but all right. You learn to harmonize better, okay? It's like there's a like you can find Chewbacca singing Silent Night, and I want to train my kitties to sing something if I can.
Alrighty then.
Mind you, I would imagine getting a cat to repeat even a single note on command would be next to impossible. So,
Right.
meow, meow.
No, training a cat is sort of like training a pet rock. You ever read the instructions that came along with a pet rock?
I'm not sure I've ever in my entire life been in the presence of a pet rock.
Oh my, that thing. The kid who came up with that idea was a freaking genius. My understanding is he made a pretty good sum on it. But there was one where you would teach your pet rock to come, and yeah, never mind. But you would place the pet rock on the floor, and you would go to the other side of the room. Pet rock, come, and then you take a step closer, and pet rock, come, and then soon enough, the pet rock and you would be, inches away from each other, and yeah, success. Oh my! And well, you've never seen that before. Oh, I'm gonna have to look this up. It was at the department store I worked at when I was working there. So it kind of dates it, but
Thing is, I mean, sometimes I wonder. You say things like that kid was a genius, but really, I mean, I'd rather say that everyone else was a sucker.
yeah, that could be. That could well be.
I mean, because there are some things out there where I'd say, oh yeah, that dude was a genius. Whoever came up with the microchip was a fucking genius. But a pet rock,
Yeah,
I'm surprised anyone was willing to buy it.
I guess it was all the marketing. Because yeah, I mean, I cannot think of wanting to buy this thing. They say, okay, it's a rock in a box, and so, okay, well, so what? But I guess the marketing that went around it was all sorts of fun. And there is our pet rock.
Yeah. And it is quite literally a rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a river pebble or something like that. And if you're lucky enough to be in the right area, and you get one of these pebbles and you actually sell it, and that's the amazing thing is when this happened, because this was the mid '70s. You didn't have the opportunities to market the way you do now with eBay and with other online things.
Now, one thing I do have that's even cooler than a pet rock is this.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna take this down. Okay, there we go. Oh my. What is that? I mean, what's it called?
Oh, I don't even remember where I got it. I just know that it's. Let's see. Does that actually? I can't make it focus. Here we go. What does that say?
Is it Winnistone?
Oh, it probably says Minion Stone.
Oh, okay.
I can't tell. The print is awfully small on my end, so. But yeah, that's something that I've had for a while. It's not a pet rock, but I'm gonna say it's cooler. Oh no, I guess it just says Windstone. It's very indistinct, whatever it says below it, though.
Okay, so yeah, it was made in 1975. This pet rock. So yeah, it was.
I did not say Windstone. I said Windstone. Uh,
How much is a pet rock worth? Next to nothing.
hmm. Mint in box, though.
Yeah, there you
Ah,
go. Did Kate disappear? She's still here, but did her mic go away? Okay. Um, are we are we audible to each other?
I can hear you.
Okay, because for whatever reason, the the chat page just went down, but I was able to reload it, and let's see if everything is good.
I don't know. I'm sure a lot of things aren't good at all.
Yeah, sometimes, indeed.
Uh,
Harmonica Man just got back from taking a Trump.
hmm.
Oh man, I know Chia Pets are still out there, Adam. Definitely. Um, they've got a whole bunch of things that are new and different from the time that Chia Pets first came out. Oh, yay. Oh, jeez, man. Okay, a Chia Bob Ross for $21.
Meh.
Let's see. Wait a minute. A Chia Baby Yoda for $50?
Oy.
No. Well, this one is allegedly the same thing and only 20. Still more than I want to pay for it.
I can think of other like chia things you could do, but a lot of them are just deeply, deeply offensive.
Mm-hmm. Now I have to wonder with the chia pets. I mean, eventually the chia is going to die. Now, can you clean out the ridges, plant more seed, and continue the life of your chia pet, or are the ridges all clogged now and you can't do a thing with it anymore?
Well, again, I don't believe I've ever actually physically been in the presence of a chia pet, so I wouldn't know. Columbia, put a sock in it. I will feed you soon. Oh,
12 minutes, honey. Come on. Oh, jeez. Okay. Somebody.
someone's not happy, is she?
No, not at all.
Ah, silly kitties. Nah, but I'm picturing like chia 70s disco hair.
Oh, yeah, easily done.
Like you remember like when guys were getting like horrible horrible perms?
Yes.
Uh,
Unfortunately, I do remember.
but again, people could look at that and go, "Yeah, that's offensive to somebody, I'm sure. Don't do that."
Uh, okay, wait a
I
minute.
don't
Let's see what we've got. Oh, freaking holy shit.
what?
I have found some pictures of 70s perm hair, and oh my
Oy.
god. Yeah, it reminds me of the old days, and not in a good way.
Yeah, well, yeah, I definitely prefer the bad 80s hair to the bad 70s hair.
Okay, then.
Oh, that's horrific.
Which one?
Oh, something else. Something on my side. The thing is, like, I've seen people who were deeply, deeply, deeply attractive who were made completely butt ugly by the wrong hair,
Oh, okay, okay.
and vice versa. Sometimes I've seen people made much more attractive by the right hair,
Mm-hmm.
but still,
Now I had been to a disco, Colleen. I was not at all impressed.
where's
But
the
then again, I mean, the things I like and the things I dislike are not at all like the things everybody else likes and everybody else dislikes.
uh, I'm assuming that's supposed to look like Farrah Fawcett's hair. Then you got this guy here. Yeah,
I've known people who looked like that.
yeah, well, you should have seen my dad in the 70s.
Oh, for the love of Saint Gulick.
And still doesn't need to do the perm to get that look.
That is not that far off from the way I looked in 1975, and I didn't need the perm either.
And friggin' 70s hair. Oy. rather have 80s hair. I really would. Although there was this one, I wish I knew what to call it, what this girl was doing, but there was this one of my classmates. She would do this gigantic ball of hair right in the front of her forehead, and I never knew what to call that, but it looked absolutely ridiculous.
What, like a poodle puff?
Maybe that was what it was called. I don't know. I always
Well, I don't
ignored
know.
the
I'm
name.
just naming it. I don't know what it was called, but I'm calling
It's
it that.
this.
Oh, God. That's kind of what I was thinking it would look like. Oh, God, that's horrible. That is absolutely just no, 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 not from this planet. And it looks like a poodle. Yes. The whole hairstyle looks like a poodle.
There are some hairstyles that amuse the hell out of me, and if they came back, I would be actually, I like this.
Ow!
I'm amused by that. I'm sorry. I like that. There's something about that entertains the hell out of me. The ponytail off to the side thing.
Yeah, but here's the problem. You can't let
Yeah.
your hair down because if you let it down, it's all uneven.
So that's what taking a shower is for. Mind you, there are some things that like I'm sure this kid was probably decent looking without those glasses and that hair,
Jesus Christ.
but with them, yeah,
I never
yeah.
understood the glasses so far outside of the visual area or whatever you want to call it. She cannot be using the bottoms of those lenses, can she?
I honestly couldn't tell you. Mind you, it doesn't matter what decade it's from. The mullet just needs to go.
Well, yeah, okay.
Wow. Okay. I mean, like, as much as I love the 80s, I will admit there were some terrible fashion trends. I'm mostly looking at the guy here with the Batman shirt.
Wow, it's, yeah,
Yeah.
does not
But
belong on this planet.
that's fine. I would cheerfully love to see most of that come back, especially here, these two, 4 and 5. Actually, 6 isn't that bad either.
Oh my, okay.
Man, where did that one picture go? There was this one picture I wanted to share just because it was terrifying, and now I don't see it. Uh, oh, hey, look, it's Debbie Gibson. It's not like I'm coming around on the whole Debbie Gibson versus Tiffany thing. I actually kind of like Tiffany now, but I used to be more of a Debbie girl back in the day. Not sure why, but I prefer Debbie Gibson to Tiffany. And we used to have fights about that sort of thing. People would sit on opposite sides of the bus shouting back and forth, Debbie, Tiffany, Debbie, Tiffany.
Oh, jeez.
It was well, you hear about who were the characters in Twilight? What is it? Edward and Jacob, I want to say. You hear people like arguing about that. Well, why not, rival manufactured pop stars too? You know?
Oh, well, if you like it, I
So,
guess.
yeah, this just combines everything terrible.
Ouch, 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 ouch. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh man, some of these pictures, gosh, I sincerely hope that like none of my school photos are online anywhere. Oh, these poor children. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm hoping this is a costume and not Photoshop.
Oh, Jesus. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, wow. But even so, there was this one picture I was trying to find. I don't see it now. It's one of the most terrifying images you'll ever see, and it's just a child smiling. Where did it go? Ah, yes, here it is. Okay. This is absolutely terrifying.
Oh, for the love of Saint Gulick.
And it all comes down to the upper lip and how much gum is showing. Although
Yeah,
the huge eyes aren't helping,
looks like
but
looks like a damn Chucky doll.
actually it looks like one of the vampires out of Fright Night is what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Ah, yes, here we go. Okay, so we're looking, and ah! Like I said, one of the vampires from Fright Night. Uh, but anyway.
Oh my. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's at it again. Yes, Sylvia. That clawing at the box that she was doing prior to the show starting, she's doing that again.
All right, let's see here. I'm just typing in my high school, my graduation year. Let's see if there's any photos out there. Oh, thank goodness. It looks like no.
I was gonna say, wouldn't you be scared? Were there any out there?
Although, I mean, some of these might be like school reunion photos, but if they are, I don't recognize anybody. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, those are just alumnus events.
Moo.
Man, yeah, I wonder if anyone in my high school class is dead.
I know a few are in mine, definitely.
Well, yeah, but like I it it's not the same because that was so much longer ago.
Well, they died a while back. Um, the one guy
Yes,
I'm thinking of,
but
Jim, died back in the early '80s.
okay, but my point is they've had longer to do it. Is the thing.
Nice. Okay.
Right? Like they've had far more time to. Oh, so that's who's organizing that. Wow, I actually did find a picture of my graduating class at a reunion. Do I recognize anybody in this picture? And the resolution's so low. Oh no, I know who that is. That's for sure. I think I know who she is. Oh my gosh, is that who? Oh wow. People got old.
That does tend to happen.
Yeah, but not to everybody. That's the weird thing is like compared to most of the people my age, I look pretty good.
Okay.
I suppose it probably helps that I never had kids.
I was just thinking that. Well, that's what I tell people. It's and if age ever comes up, and I tell them how old I am, why you look so much younger than that? Yeah, it's probably because I never had kids. Because I'll look around here in good old Pittsburgh, and I will see various women, and occasionally we'll get into conversations, and they look so haggard. Um, they look like like a fishwife or something like this. You know, age comes up, and then they're like 34. Well, I know a great grandmother here, 44 years old. Um, and that puts a strain on you. Yeah, you kind of look the part.
Well, I found a much higher resolution version of that picture I had found, and I think it's cheating how many of the guys grew chin pubes, because I honestly can't tell who some of them are. But I'm looking at a lot of the women, and let's see. I know you, and that's it. Um, Pretty sure I know who that guy is. Might know who that guy is. Might know who that guy is. And maybe him. And that's it. Everyone else, complete mystery.
Oh my.
I have no idea who half these people are. It's weird. How much could you people possibly have changed in the intervening years?
I don't know. I look at people in my graduating class, and it's been almost 50 years since we graduated, and I still recognize most of them.
Well, there's this one fella I'm looking at here. Like he's gone so gray. Like a lot of the people in this picture clearly have not started getting gray yet. But there's this one fella. He looks like he's auditioning to be Isaac Asimov's stunt double.
Okay, okay.
Oh. Yeah, I got no idea who the frick that guy is. Let's see.
Jeez, okay.
You see what I mean when I say he wants to be Isaac Asimov's stunt double?
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that who that guy is? Okay. All right. I recognize one of the other guys now. Not the one you just saw, the one actually to his, to his left, my right. Think I know who that is. Hmm. Well, anyway. Oh, hey, it is now time for me to go feed the kitties.
Yes, it's actually 4 minutes late, but I won't tell them.
Oh, I went down a rabbit hole, and oh, wow, okay. Not only was I right about who one of those guys was, but he actually got married to one of the chicks I knew who she was. I had no idea those two got hitched. I didn't even know they were ever dating. Huh. All right. Anyway, I have to go feed the kitties, and I guess
Well,
the question is, do I come back and do more show, or do we end?
oh, I wouldn't mind if you came back, but if you wanted to take some time off, that wouldn't be a bad thing either.
Well, I might need to get some of the food stuff,
Oh, okay. That's a good reason to take some time off, really, when you come down to it.
and
Um,
I do like food. I find it quite inviting, in fact.
Indeedy do. Well, yeah, I mean, talk about food. I had two pastrami sandwiches today, for breakfast and for dinner, and that's amazing when you have food, good, and food at the same time. And yes, wow, $10 a pound, but it was still good.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna go feed the cats, and I'll see you next week.
Take care, honey. Okay.
Bye bye.
Yay. Oh my, oh my. Okay, so let's go over here and stuff and things. There we go. Let's see if that's working. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Food like substances, yes. You know what I ought to do? I gotta see if my freeze pops are freezed. Oh man. And well, I'll get another glass of water anyway, cause God, it's amazing when water is good enough to drink. I like that. And then there's this cat. Yes, you're going to get decent water too. Yeah, you will. Uh huh. I will put the water through the filter for you. Yes, yes. You hear this going on, right? Where the kitty is definitely being a kitty. Oh, let's take this off. Ow, ow, ow. Because after a couple hours, the headphones start to hurt a little bit, and that's not my idea of a good time. Let me set this down over here. No, if I put it over there, it's going to hit the floor. If I put it anywhere, it's going to hit the floor because Sylvia is going to make certain. Yes, absolutely. An orange soda. Oh my word. Yes, I dearly love orange. Um, I don't know why they do it this way, but I do appreciate that they do it that way. The orange and the grape soda pops are carbonated so much less than the other stuff. It's nice. I mean, it is. You do notice the carbonation, but oh, okay, Adam. Well, you take care. You be good. You have fun. And I see that we have 4 people watching. You know what? If you guys don't mind, I am going to say I want to thank everybody who's here. I want to thank everybody who's not here. You know, you folks are amazing. I say this every time. I mean it every time. You make me feel appreciated. And it's a good feeling. It really is. In your own way, you keep me going. So, I hope you keep that up. And as long as you keep liking this stuff, I'll keep doing it. Really. Well, I'm going to be dead eventually, but while I'm still around, okay, we'll keep doing it. And we'll keep appreciating you. And thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.